Not paradise. Welcome to the Turn Zero Games Top 8 Prime Championship round. Yeah, that's it. We've got Flaming Hobo / Devin on the left playing Cardath, the Illustrator of the Market, versus Andrew, Aviator, on the right, who is piloting H.A. Razorhand of the Speedy Mountain. It should be a pretty exciting match. I'm very excited to see what Andrew can do. I'm very familiar with Devin's deck. He's been beating me up with it all week. So I'm happy to see him fight someone else for a minute. It is a terrifying deck that has 2 Kirby's and 2 Kirby's Blasters and 3 Exhumes. The main speed, efficiency, card draw mechanic engine of Devin's deck that makes the whole thing an amazing, unstoppable machine is you get the 2 Kirby's a creature that has play, fight, replay, a non-Star Alliance, non-creature card. And then Kirby's Blaster is whenever it is attached to it, you get to draw 2 cards. So basically by drawing 2 extra cards, you get more options on what you get to play off the Kirby. And because there's 2 Kirby's, you can do the blaster hopping that people talk about. So when you reap with Kirby, you get to move it to another Kirby. So when you have 2 Kirby, the first time you play the blaster, you get to play on a Kirby, draw 2 cards. And if you have a second Kirby out, you can reap and move it over and draw 4 cards that turn. So it's an amazing card draw engine with 2 Kirby's blasters. You could just do you draw a million cards every turn if you get things set up and your opponent can't interact with you. And to that end, you can also use your Kirby to play an Exhume to get a Kirby's back that your opponent has murdered. So it's a really resilient combo in Devin's deck. On top of that, he's got Infernus for some Amber control, double interdimensional graft with an Eddy. So it really does a good. Devin always has these nice options to force his opponent to never be comfortable at 6, but going above 6 Amber is also extremely risky because between the Eddies and the Tau Vapors and the double Igors, he always has a good chance of being able to find interdimensional graft when he needs it. Also, like Lay of the Land and the Kirby's obviously are drawing him a million cards and archiving whatever he needs. Evil Eye also is another thing that just so Devin's deck's goal is to keep letting you think you can maybe forge for 6, and by the time you get fed up with it and you say, you know what, I'm just going to go to 9, and you go interdimensional graft, steal 3 Amber. Thank you very much. On the other hand, we have Andrew's deck. So we got a normal, cool, classic Coda deck, control deck, double control of the week. Always great to see. Soul Snatcher is interesting. I'm not sure if he's going to play it in this match. He's really incentivized to kill the Kirby's. And then a lot of all these smaller creatures, Devin is going to have a real easy time running them into Andrew's creatures to gain the Amber if he needs it. Also, I guess against the interdimensional graft, he doesn't want the option for Devin to murder all of his creatures and then graft them. I'm not sure how much capability Devin has in that. His Logos creatures don't seem particularly powerful in fighting. He's missing the Titan Guardians, which would, or basically any of the Titans in Logos are good fighters, could do some work in that area. But back on, let's talk more. So I don't expect Soul Snatcher to come out, but Dust Imps are great, and Shret Succubus Toxin. It's just a beautiful suite of discs there. Lots of control, lots of Amber, surprisingly. Easy to get Amber. Tendrils of Pain is really good at popping wards. And Red Hot Armor is not going to make a dent here, but I don't know. It's just a fun card, I guess. It happens to be here in this deck. And then we're going to move on to, I guess, an amazing looking Logos side. Lab Work, Library Access, Phase Shift are just going to draw a bunch of cards or help them move through the deck. Quixo, maybe we'll do some work in Brain Eater, some more card draw engines. Along with Library Bell, obviously not as strong as the Worlds Collide efficiency as we can, if we look at the speed stats according to SAS, Devin's got triple the amount, but whatever. I mean, I haven't seen Andrew's deck in action, but that might not be that might not be hyperbole. Dr. Escatera and Dexter seem to be the weak points here. And then, but fortunately, he's got also a wonderful Shadows lineup. Double Lights Out is really good against the Saurians. A lot of people here basically brought good, fast Coda decks that had good answers to the Saurians, which are basically one of the better, actually, mass Amber control options in Worlds Collide. Tribute is Capture 4 is just such a powerful Capture 4, gain an Amber, potentially give your opponent 1 Amber is just such a powerful card in Tribute that you need Coda like aggro decks need to have an answer to it that doesn't lose all the Ember to Imperiums, or sorry, Imperial Scutums or Perfectus Ludos, and just punishes you for over exalting. And they'll just get them. Obviously, and then on the same side of probably a good call for this Coda Rush aggro meta still existing is Too Much to Protect and Nerve Blast and Relentless Whispers, all the good mass steel and like steel ones. Shred also kind of falls in that area. Dodger, I'm not sure if that's a bonus. Most of the Saurians are hard to fight. Dodgers won't do anything, but Shadow Self is going to do some good work protecting the Naughty and the Charette and the Succubus. Or sorry, maybe the Charette. I'm not saying the Toxin and Succubus. I really like card disruption, but I might overvalue that. Miasma is also going to could be a key card in really close matchups, right? You've got to buy that one turn of tempo that you need. So yeah, with that deck list out of the way, let's get into the match. So here we go. All right, Devin starts off with a Kirby. Because of this turn 1 play, he still can use the Kirby to play the Seismo Entangler here on the left. I did not take down the things. I am very sorry. Wow, the deck's... There we go. Takes this down. Here we go. Seismo Entangler. Back over to Andrew. Andrew is... Wow, how did you play 2 cards in your first turn? How do I make up for this? This is basically Devin's ideal starting hand. All right, Control of the Weak is a good way to make up for that. Probably puts Devin into Logos just because... I don't know. I guess with the Toxin out, you don't want him in Logos, but... So I guess go to Dis, just play more cards, protect the Toxin, give you some answers, give you some room to use it. Festering Touch deals 1 damage to the Toxin and gains him 1 Amber. I love the Poker Chips as basically everything that Andrew's using. They're just so much fun to use in every game. Anyways, back to Andrew. So yeah, well, it was a great Control the Weak turn, forcing Devin's only played 1 card that turn. So it's almost like he had to redo his first turn. That's the first player. All right, so Andrew wants to go back into this just to activate the Toxin, but he only has Red Hot Armor in his hand, and his hand is chock full of Shadows cards, including a Too Much to Protect, which is a little unfortunate here. I don't know if he holds on to it. The Lights Out also is pretty bad against Kirby, so he could just rush Amber here. Lights Out, he goes for it. Goes up to 4. Oh, okay, so he takes back his Nerve Blast. He takes back the Lights Out so he can Nerve Blast first and steal 1. And then Lights Out goes up to 5. Not quite 6, but it's good. Devin is probably going to happily go back into Star Alliance. That seemed like to be his turn 1 plan. So Red Alert deals 1 damage to Toxin. Not quite there yet. Kirby plus a Blaster. Nope. Light of the Archons. All right, so Kirby lets him play 2 actions. Unfortunately, one of them is an Exhume with nothing to get back. But now he has 2 Kirbys out, and one of the Kirbys is buffed up by the Light of the Archons, which is going to do a lot of work once the Blasters come out. Andrew moves on to a Library Access turn. Positron Bolt murders one of the Kirbys, I think. Looks like that's what happened. Oh, yes. I'm confused. That's not how... Maybe that wasn't Light of the Archons. Anyways, he plays a Dr. Escutera. Does nothing, but he's up at 6 thanks to the Positron Bolt. And Devin is sitting with 1 Kirby and 2 Amber. Alright, Infernus comes out, purges the Positron Bolt and Nerve Blast, or maybe... Oh, Lights Out is an interesting choice. Control the Weak is also probably a much better choice than the Positron Bolt. Devin's deck seems really resilient to Lights Out with lots of play effects and ways to get things out of hand. Alright, here comes Exhume number 2 of 3. Plays a Kirby on this Dis turn. Kirby lets him play... Oh, unfortunately, he doesn't have any non-Star Alliance, non-creatures in his hand, and also non-Dis in that list. So he's still setting up for a good Star Alliance turn. Hopefully, Andrew can keep disrupting Devin's main game plan of just calling Star Alliance every single turn. Looks like he drew his second Lights Out, unfortunately. But there is a Poison Wave in there, which will kill one of the Kirbys and the Rock Grub. Unfortunately, he'll lose his Toxin, but he gets to use his Toxin first, which he's going to do. Goes back up to 4. Infernus did take him off of 6. Off of check. Rolls the dice. Ooh, finds the Harbinger. Probably not bad. It's a creature that Devin couldn't play with Kirby. So it'll help his Kirby's in the future turn if they can live. All right, Tendrils of Pain takes out one of the Kirby's. And the Rock Grub. Awesome. So he totally didn't need to go into Shadows to remove those cards. Remove the Kirby. It's basically the same point. And now the Relentless Whisper has in his hand can to kill the other Kirby and steal one. So Andrew's actually in a really good position right here. He's about to forge his first key, and Devin's still trying to establish this board that he really needs for his deck to get going. So this is pretty much what you expect. What you need Coda decks to do now is be a little bit fast. They can be a little bit slower, but they need to be able to control the board against Worlds Collide, who wants to build a big board and then take advantage of it. So Glare comes down along with an Eddy, moves Andrew off of check. That's a Dysania, another special piece of tech that Devin's bringing against other Worlds Collide deck because archiving Eddies are so popular and stuff like that. All right, so what does Andrew do now? That Poison Wave is looking awesome here. It's going to kill his Imp. It's going to kill a Kirby. It's going to put Eddy in range of the Relentless Whispers. Although I guess he needs to worry about the 2 interdimensional graphs. That this might be a trap that Devin's trying to set here. But I guess Andrew feels like he doesn't really have a choice. Just can't afford to play it slow here. Or he could Whispers the Infernus or Dysania to minimize the amount of amber that Devin would gain off the graft, but he doesn't care. He's going to make Devin have it. Unfortunately, Devin's hand is almost 100% dis. He does have the Igor, which he might just go Logos just to dig for it in this case. All right. Andrew passes with 11 amber to Devin. Devin has no way to punish him for going so high. Ooh, picks up his archives. Interesting. Oh, maybe his archives wasn't Igor, so he has 2 shots here to dig 6 cards deep into his deck. He probably has pretty good odds here to find it. Thinks carefully. And this could be a game-winning. This could be a huge swing if Devin does find the card. Does find the graft. Oh, he discards one of them. Okay, so he must have. He has the second one. I wonder if he found both of them there. That'd be really unfortunate. But I mean, that might. Who knows how much steam Andrew's deck actually has? That might just be the maximum it can do. So Devin goes up to 7. Ends his turn. So I don't know what he picked up out of his archives. I'd be really tempted to keep the second interdimensional graft and hold on to it and hope to archive it later. Or just hold on to it. I mean, he has enough card advantage that he can just play through. But, anyways, back over to Andrew. Andrew lab works. Gets rid of, the lights out. He says it's not a very good card against Devin. Decides to reap here, probably. Doesn't care too much about Devin's board. Doesn't want to give him. I wouldn't want to give him a chance. Oh, he goes after the Igor. Interesting trade. That's it. All right. Poor soul Bat Drone facing the terrible Infernus and Dysania. It's okay. It's got Skirmish. It'll do good. It'll be okay. All right. So big dis turn here. Rock Grub. Steal. You lose 1. Evil Eye. Andrew's keys cost +3 for this next turn. Looks like a Gazoom number 3. Do you get back a Curb? If his hand's mostly dis, you might just get back the Eddy here to archive a card. Exhume goes up to 6. Looks like he's thinking about the Igor, which sounds pretty good too. Dig deeper. Just try and move through your deck. I guess that makes sense. If you move through your deck a lot more quickly, it'll give him a shot at getting back to the interdimensional graphs before Andrew forges is set up to forge his second key. Because after that, they're going to be over. They're not going to be worth anything anymore. Looks like he doesn't pick up a Logos card. It looks like maybe it was a Zap. So he's trying to set up for a big Starline's turn this next turn. With both of his Kirby's gone. Not sure what he wants to do in his Starline's turn, but that is a huge Shadows turn from Andrew. That's four four shadows permanent, with the Shadow Self protecting a Bat Drone and a Dodger. Devin's going to need basically a board wipe here to answer this. You could... I wonder what he's going to do here. Welcome back, Mick. We're doing Prime Champs.
Prime Championship.
All right, goes into more logos, I think. I might have missed it. I was creating my friend here. Yep, back in the logos. Igor does some Igor stuff. Telltale Vapors comes down. Archives a card. Has another unfortunate logos turn, it looks like. Doesn't draw any more extra logos actions for the most part. Says that probably shadows can't reap, even though basically it's just preventing the Shadow Self from reaping. Maybe logos. He's hoping that Andrew wants to go back into logos. He drew a bunch of logos cards. All right, fight naughty. Makes sense if that's his game plan, is to remove Andrew's Shadows board. All right, I see Light of the Archons, Zap for Devin's hand. I see a Phase Shift and a bunch of Dis. So if Andrew could find a creative way to get rid of, like, say, the Dodger, he could move the Succubus underneath the protection of Shadow Self. All right, and so, yeah, Succubus, something, Lash and Dominator Bobble come down. Lay of the Land for Devin. He's racing. He's racing through that deck. He's got to... I'm not sure if he's trying to... what he really wants to race for here. I mean, I like the idea of getting back to the graphs before Andrew set up, but that seems a little far-fetched. But Devin's probably more familiar with the deck. He plays a Starlands card, creature. While we did our best to fight the glare, there's a little bit of glare left. Zap comes down. Now the Starlands creature adds an extra point of damage. It gets to deal 4 points of damage. 3 to the Succubus, 1 to the Shadow Self. Sounds good to me. Light of the Archons, maybe Light of the Archons and a Blaster. Let's see if we draw some cards here. That Lay of the Land is really setting him up here. Nope. That might just be a bunch of Light of the Archons. Okay, back over to Andrew. All right, what do you got? What do you got for us, Andrew? Maybe aside from centering your creatures, it would be very helpful. But anyways, what can you do for us? Phase Shift is still looking pretty promising. Bat Drone can easily pull Devin off check, and so can Dodger. Not sure what you... Especially now the shuffle just happened, putting the Rot Grub into the discard pile, or even any of those creatures, putting those back into the discard pile means Devin's not going to get access to them for a long time, except the Exhumes actually are all now live for Devin. I guess that might be what Devin's actually trying to reset everything for. He's expecting his creatures to die. That might be a little... I don't know. Also, just drawing a bunch of cards is also really good. It opens up a lot more possibilities for Devin. Andrew does have Dominator Bobble and Lash. I thought Devin was at 6, so he doesn't need to go into anything in particular. He plays something that gains him 1 amber. Bat Drone fights Rock Grub. Yeah, all targets here are pretty meh to begin with. Rock Grub, I guess, has some synergy with Eddie. Devin takes a look at Andrew's discard pile, trying to figure out how close, what cards are in his hand, what's coming. What he needs to Infernus, if he can. Plays a Dexter to capture 1. Okay. Titan Mechanic on the flank to hopefully help him threaten a key a little bit quicker. Unless he's going to face... Oh, he's got Quixo on the edge. Okay. Plays... Ooh. Phase shifts the lights out. Okay, I guess it drops all all the upgrades. Sounds pretty solid. It's probably worth it. Also, putting creatures in Devin's hand makes it hard for Devin to get maximum value out of the Kirby's. Quexo comes down, covers up the mechanic, and that's it. That's a good play. I think that was 5 cards out of Andrew's hand. Finds the Soul Snatcher. Don't think he really cares about it. All right, Devin, what are you going to do? It's 1 key apiece. Or it looks like Devin's at 2 keys. No Name comes down. That's why Devin was checking out Andrew's discard pile to figure out what he could purge out of it. What does Devin care the most about? He also needs to be considerate about if he takes out pips now with No Name, he can't take them out with... Oh, wait, yeah. Sorry, he played Infernus again, right? And No Name. Makes Andrew lose 2. I'm just so used to that. I forgot that the Infernus was put back to hand. It's just right where it was before. But Andrew knew that was going to happen. Or he was pretty confident he was going to get the Forge key before that came back. Now, both players are sitting at pretty well-established board. Draining Touch plus Exhume. Wait. What? Oh. Andrew must have played a Scrambler Storm. So Devin discards a Draining Touch and Exhume. If he has a Kirby in hand, he could have easily played one of those next turn. I wonder what he's digging for to draw extra cards that he really wants. Because, I mean, the Draining Touch would be pretty good against the Shadow Self. Although, I guess with all the skirmish damage that Andrew has available to him in Logos. Alright, Andrew's counting up the purge cards to figure out the true power of No Name. But yeah, with all the skirmish power that Andrew has on his side of the board, Kirby's aren't going to be long for the world. Especially Titan Mechanic also put in a big dent there. Yeah. Quexo fights Igor. Makes sense. Andrew gets to draw a card here. Yeah, one of the Exhumes is gone, so there's only 2 left that Devin could have. So murdering most of Devin's board doesn't sound terrible. Titan Mechanic trades with No Name after Bat Drone steals 1. And Dexter Reaps. Library Babble. Brain Eater. That's pretty much it. Alright, so that's a powerful Logos board sitting around. Basically, Andrew's trying to play Worlds Collide, say, I'm just going to call Logos for the rest of the game. Until you force me into Shadows, and it's like I fight with Dodger, but fighting with the Bat Drone basically accomplishes the same thing. Red Alert. Oh boy, that does a whole bunch of damage. 1, 2, 3. I guess 3 damage to all creatures. Dust Imp dies, puts Andrew at 5. Shadow Self is gone. Bat Drone is vulnerable. Devin now plays Lay of the Land, trying to figure out what card he wants to draw here. He might be setting himself up for the Kirby he has that got put back earlier. Alright, we'll find out in just a second. Draws the top card, obviously. Alright, Zap for 2. Okay, I thought he had a Kirby. I'm not sure why. 2 damage to Bat Drone. Plus 2 damage. Or I guess that was, I don't know. Plus 1 extra damage to thing. Is that that must be a Navigator Ollie. Oh, that must have been... I thought that was the Kirby that was souped up. That must be what the creature that had all the upgrades on. Not much of a decision there. Devin did draw 3 cards, so that just let him know what cards he was going to draw. Couldn't really affect the order in any way. Or affecting the order didn't really change anything. Alright, so Andrew is trying to plan a control weak turn here, which makes sense. Most of Devin's Amber control, he's got Eddie. He's got Eddie and Infernus, and I don't remember what else. He has Graft. So yeah, minimize Ali's ability to set up the draw for Devin if he has Kirby plus Blaster. Plays control weak for something. Shrek captures some. I think in this case, putting Devin into Logos. Ooh, Soul Snatcher kind of seals the deal. It's gonna make it hard for Devin to fight down Andrew's board when it gets built back up. Makes getting that shred off the board a little bit more risky, and with the double lights out. All right, here's Kirby. Plus cloaking dongle. That must be one of these mysterious upgrades that keep coming down. Plays Eye. Cool. Helps Devin draw a little deeper. Hopefully to find one of those graphs. Ooh, swing and a miss. I don't think, what is else? Is Kirby number 2 maybe in his hand? All right, what's Andrew got for us? I see a phase shift. It's always exciting. I mean, I like phase shifts. 3 shadows cards plus the needle. Poison wave. Isn't too interested in using poison wave now. I guess he could poison wave plus needle to gain 1, but that's also making Devin gain 2. So he needs to keep the game to go slower. He needs to catch up. Playing a bunch of creatures is probably to his benefit. It does have Lash. If you can push them to 9 and lash him, that sounds not worth it. That's been giving Devin 6 Amber on this turn. Dominator Bobble, it's Dodger Fight. Oh, Cloaking Dongle makes Dodger so much better. I forgot about the Cloaking Dongle. So yeah, that's a cool this turn. Reap and Fight for nothing, or alright, lights out. Puts back Igor and Kirby. Gets rid of the Cloaking Dongle. Gums up Devin's hand, kind of. Depends on how much non-Star Alliance, non-creatures he has for his Kirby's to play, but I mean, Devin, putting the Igor back makes it a little bit easier for Devin to search for the graft. Let's see, what else you got for us? Probably discards Poison Wave, plays Naughty, plays Mac the Knife, opts to not use. Maybe he's trying to figure out if he wants to end his turn. He's got Seeker Needle, opts to not use Seeker Needle. Fair enough. Opts to not Reap with Dodger either, just in case Devin does have graft. Seems like a reasonable turn. All right, what are you going to do, Devin? He's probably... Andrew might still be a little sour after that hit from the first graft. Festering Touch. Deals 3 damage to Dodger. All right, here we go. Gains 1 Amber off of the Soul Snatcher. So we must have the graft here. Picked up his archive and used a second Kirby to play. Or... Wait, what happened this turn? Yeah, he uses Kirby, plays Festering Touch, plays Graft. Looks like he tapped his Seismo Entangler, but I'm not sure what that was about. Maybe he was just accidentally hit the card. Graft steals 3 from Andrew. Andrew forges a second key. Devin's sitting at a nice, cool 8 Amber. Not quite outside of Lash range. Killing the Charette would basically seal the game for Devin if he can find the solution to that. Wish he could have... Probably really wanted to find a way to kill both the Dodger and the Charette, but he couldn't make it happen. Andrew needs to find... Oh, too much to protect there. Sweet. Plus Nerve Blast is going to pull Devin off the key. In Shadows, will help him move through his hand so he doesn't get stuck in Dis forever. Deals... Oh yeah, sets up... And, alright, cool. This is a cool play. Deal 2 damage Charette. Kill it. Gain 1 Amber. give a bunch of amber back to Devin, and then use Secret Needle to finish it off to gain 1 extra amber. Too much to protect steals a bunch. 4? We start at 2 plus we started at +2 and gave him 2 more or 3 more, so it's still 5 from Devin. And then Mac the Knife reaps and Naughty steals 1. All right. Devin doesn't have big amber control. He would need to like play Eddie and archive a second card off of Tao Vapors to get to that give him 3, which is not enough either. He needs to I guess that looks like it. Yeah, Evil Eye plus Infernus, I think. Or like a Rock Grub might do the trick for a turn. And we'll put Devin back up at 6, but Evil Eye was also in the yard. So congratulations to Andrew/Aviator. It was a wonderful game. Can't wait to see you play in the semifinals of the Turn Zero Games Store Championship. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons so you get notified when all this stuff gets posted onto YouTube. Thank you and good night. Whoop.